Do you remember 6 months ago when I said this? On YouTube I've added another one, and I'm not really happy with having to add this one, but I have to start asking myself the question, to be honest. I've kind of come to a stage where I need to start asking myself whether or not the time that I'm investing, it's not even about the money at the end of the day, it's really about the time investment that it takes to do these videos every week. So I have to start asking myself if it's really worth it. It's with a sad heart that I'm saying that, but maybe it's never going to end in a situation where I'll have to stop it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes over the next 6 months. I guess that's all I can promise for now. So, now the time has come to decide what to do with this YouTube channel. Should I stop recording videos and shut the channel down completely? Or should I keep going? It's a really tough decision to make, to be honest. If I, for example, take a look at the channel analytics, one of the key metrics is watch time. This is the data showing whether or not the videos are being watched, and also for how long. And I think you can say that's a pretty important metric. I'll put the graph right here on the screen for you to see. And as you can see, this is showing the data from the beginning of 2018 until now. And if you imagine a trend line, I think you can agree that it's pretty much flat. There really isn't much growth. What it all boils down to is this. Running a YouTube channel is damn hard. Damn hard. You know, sometimes I actually like to watch Dude Perfect with my kids. They love that channel and it is quite entertaining. But the thing is that it also looks pretty easy, doesn't it? Well, of course you can say that nowadays these guys have a lot of money, so they can afford to create some really top-notch videos. However, that wasn't the case when they first started out. At least I don't think it was. When I watched some of the first videos that I uploaded to this channel as well, I can definitely see the difference in quality. By far, for sure. So I might have sort of improved the way that I present on camera over time, but that doesn't really change that imaginary trend line on the graph that I just showed you now, does it? I already saw the writing on the wall like 6 months ago when I recorded that previous video that I just showed you. So I actually tried some new stuff out since then. So I tried creating some videos which had a more, well, let's call it entertaining approach to them, rather than the more sort of hardcore tutorial style videos that I had been started out with. And when I do review the stats for those more entertaining videos and compare them to the old tutorial videos, I do see an increase in engagement levels, which of course is a good thing. I also have to point out though that this doesn't change the fact that each video only gets around 50 views maybe on average. So if I run the math with 1,000 subscribers, that translates into 5% of the subscribers actually watching the videos. So that's not too good. And here I'm not even factoring in that some of these views will come from search, so not even from the people who actually are subscribed to the channel. So leave that aside. But that circles me back to that question again that I've been asking myself. Is it worth to continue this YouTube channel? I can't tell you how much I've been debating this question with myself. You shouldn't hear all that I'm saying here as if it's a complaint or something, because it's absolutely not. I love creating videos. I love sharing them. Well, sharing them at least with the 50 guys of you who actually watches them. But all that said, I do have to take into account that between preparation, recording, editing, and all the other tasks that goes into creating one of these videos, I do spend around 4 hours on each one. So that's like 4 hours I could have spent writing every week. So you see, being a writer sort of demands that one should be writing. And of course, if this channel was growing and a lot of people got something out of the videos, then the decision would be pretty easy to make. It was suggested to me that perhaps the topic of fantasy world building is just too narrow and niche, and that's why the channel isn't growing. And okay, fair input. I actually did take it into account, and I checked some other YouTube channels whose focus is on role-playing, Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, because that's sort of a very niche thing as well. So if fantasy world building is a niche, then I would say those channels are too. Yet, I was able to find several of those sorts of channels with close to or even above 100,000 subscribers and a ton of views. So this made me conclude that the problem is probably not due to it being too niche of a topic that I'm covering on this channel. Perhaps it's more that it's too generic in the sense that the channel approaches world building so that it's possible for both writers as well as people who enjoy role playing to get something out of it. In that sense, I don't really speak to either of these two audiences, and instead I'm sort of positioned somewhere in between, in the middle, which could lead people to think that this is not really the channel for me, it's not 100% for me, although people might find it interesting, but they just can't fully relate to it. So yeah, I'm avoiding the question, aren't I? So should I continue running this channel? I was ready to stop, I really was. Then I got to talk to Autumn, my business partner, and we discussed back and forth the possibility to make the target audience of this channel crystal clear. What if we said that this channel is for fantasy authors, and what if we ran the channel together? So that is in fact what we decided to do. So we will rebrand this channel and start managing it together instead, and this means that going forward it won't only be me uploading videos, so Autumn will also be creating some videos and upload them once in a while, and our videos will be on the topic relevant for fantasy authors, which means that you will also find videos related to stuff like book marketing, tips and tricks for authors, and stuff of that nature. So we'll try to keep things entertaining.
You fools don't know how to do that.
I thought we got rid of you already.
Get rid of me. That's impossible.
Yeah, and that voice you are hearing, that's our resident AI. We call him Old McGrumpy because that's really what he is.
I'm not.
But you are. We've tried to delete his code, but he says that he lives inside YouTube, so it looks like we're going to get a third co-host, whether we like it or not. The holidays are coming up, so we're going to take a short break from releasing videos while we are rebranding the YouTube channel. And as you can see, it already changed its name from Fan of Fantasy to Am Writing Fantasy, so we're trying to get set up for 2019. And we'll be back with new videos on Monday, the 7th of January, although Autumn will probably post a video over the holidays where she will sort of introduce herself. I have to say that I'm really pleased with the new direction. I'm looking forward to 2019, and it surely beats shutting down the channel completely, right? And hey, if you aren't writing fantasy, I hope you'll stick around, because world building is part of fantasy too. So there'll still be videos about world building from time to time, but we will then have a lot of other topics to cover as well. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I look forward to see you on the other side.
You'll see me too.
I was hoping not.
Just you wait and see.